Go ahead and crank it. Let's see what happens. Oh! Come on. Alright, so this upcoming project, what we're going to do today, has been a long time coming. A friend of ours, a couple years ago, passed away, a Volkswagen friend, and when we were at his memorial, we talked to his son, and his son said that someday he'd like to get his dad's single cab back on the road. Well, we stayed in contact, and like I said, it's been a couple years, but we finally found a time when he was going to be in town. He's here for a week, visiting his mom, and I talked to my buddies here, Greg, Kevin's behind us, and we all decided we were going to get together and make this happen. So the video you're going to see today, we're heading over to a town about 20 minutes away from where I live, and we're going to go into Bernie's barn, where he's got his Volkswagens. They've left everything there, just like he left it. But this 1960 single cab, which was last tagged in 2021, but from what I hear, it wasn't necessarily driven up until 2021. We're going to try to revive it. It's a little rainier than we were expecting. Fortunately, we do have a facility to be in here. Let me show you what we're working with. This is the 1960 single cab that we're here to work on. We came over this evening to go ahead and get the wheels pulled off so that we could get new tires put on them. We didn't have any faith in these tires holding air when we go to test drive it. So we got some used tires that will hold air. We're going to get those swapped out this evening. We might also try to get the gas tank pulled out, because there's definitely gas left in this thing when it was last parked. There it is though. Tires are going to be done tonight, set over to the side. We've got stuff to do, brakes. We're going to pull the fuel system. This thing did run probably 10 years ago. We'll get that motor fired up again, and hopefully all the electric works. Our objective is to drive it around the property, not necessarily drive it out on the streets, but let's see how far we can get.
So I should have just grabbed my toolbox, because then both of us could be going on this.
So we were able to get the wheels off of all four corners, and I had a spare set of 15-inch wheels, so we put those down and put it on wood blocks so we can take the wheels and tires and get them switched out. Like I mentioned, we were going to pull the gas tank out, so we got in here, and this gas tank looks like it's been leaded to refinish, and it also looks like it's been leaking. I think we're going to put in a brand new gas tank that I have sitting at my house. That will just simplify that incredibly. So there's our rear wheel. We're starting to get some rain in the barn here. It's pouring. We're going to pull the carburetor off so we can put it in an ultrasonic this evening and let it soak while we're swapping out tires. So tomorrow we'll have a clean carburetor to go back on. New fuel lines, all that stuff. The process continues.
The whole stud is pulling.
Okay, so the carburetor's off, along with the governor. All the old fuel lines are pulled out of the way. We got a plan to get the gas tank out. We're going to end up using a grinder to cut the rusty bolts and put fresh bolts through it. We got all the wheels off. We're going to put new tires on. Tomorrow the objective is going to be brakes, running the new fuel system completely. That carb is going to get put in the ultrasonic tonight, so it'll be plenty cleaned up. And I'm crossing my fingers on this fuel pump. I don't know what we're going to run into. We might ought to grab a spare and have it just in case. But this is our first day. It's a short day. We're kind of doing some preparatory work. Tomorrow's the big day, the big push. And we're going to have a team here to work with us to get this bus back on the road. So until then, we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, so tires are going on.
I might lose a tooth or something.
We've got 3 down, 1 to go. There's a math lesson in there somewhere. The carburetor is disassembled and in the ultrasonic. Gonna make tomorrow a much easier day. This is also the gas tank we'll be installing tomorrow to eliminate any issues there. Brand new gas tank. It's very helpful. Last night we spent some time ultrasonic the carburetor, put new tires on his rims so they will actually be drivable, hopefully. We examined the truck yesterday. You'll see some of this video I filmed. The gas tank's in awful shape. We're just going to replace it. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, including brakes, which might be our biggest hurdle. We don't know yet. But it's been sitting, and sitting brakes don't go well. Anyway, we're going to bring you along for everything, show you all the fun we're having. It is another rainy, gloomy day. I guess that's kind of the way it goes. The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. But we will, we're in a barn. It's a little bit leaky, but we're in a barn. Luckily, we're not outside. We're going to do our best to make this come true for Zane, be able to drive his dad's truck. I don't think he really grasps that our intention is to get it driving this weekend. He sometimes talks like maybe he thinks we'll get started on it this weekend and finish it some other time, but I think we're all pretty confident, and our objective is known, that we want him to be able to drive it this weekend before he goes back home. So I'm going to do the best I can to film and work and bring you guys along. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. All right, the fluid's been topped off. Let me know when you're ready for a pump.
I just see plane down here.
Yep.
Okay, it's on there so you can pump away. It is an 11. There.
Hold.
I think you'd replace that cylinder at some point.
Floor.
Ooh, lots of air in this one. Alright.
Here we go again.
How's the pedal feeling now?
Still, like, we got a good solid half pedal. It's firm, too.
This is great. Brakes we thought were going to be the super tough part. There may still be a snafu here. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I wouldn't bet on them
Hold.
lasting forever, but they might work for a little while.
They'd be cool with that.
It's having trouble going down.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Has it gone down yet?
It's going down some. I'm not to the floor yet, though.
I mean, this wheel cylinder looks gross.
Okay, I'm to the floor.
Closed. And usually you want to only crack these like a quarter turn or so. If you keep spinning them out too far, you'll just start sucking in and getting
Hold.
air in the threads, basically. You want to keep it from the system. But I'm opening it more because it ain't moving very good.
Right.
Is it to the floor yet?
Almost. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think this is not a particularly happy wheel here.
You closed?
Closed.
We're getting a great pedal, though.
Oh, yeah?
It's better than half now.
Cool. Well, we're almost 3/4 of the way done.
Hold.
Yeah, I think all those rubbers have been replaced for sure. That's better.
Yeah, it is better. I can feel it.
It's moving through better. Closed.
Here we go again.
Oh, this is one of the ones that doesn't move.
What is it?
Got another bus here that we need to kind of move out of the way so that we could maybe get the single cab out. But we're going to try to air up these tires. I don't think that's going to work.
Wow, see, it's coming out through the ground over here even.
Okay, so a quick update. We were able to actually get all the brakes bled, and some of them actually showed signs that they might have been recently replaced. We still have one hub that's kind of stuck, but we think it might just be from sitting. The adjustment is pretty tight on all of them, so I believe that maybe there's been some replacement work done already. Anyway, it bled out. The master cylinder head held and everything. For how long, we don't know, but for today, seems to be holding. We got the wheels back on with the tires on there, sitting proud again. The guys are making a parts run right now to get some last minute stuff for the engine and fuel system, and we are big steps closer to trying to fire this off. This is not what your gasoline should look like. I cut the rubber line on the bottom of the tank, and it is still dripping. There's more fuel in there than we thought, but it is definitely, doesn't smell good, doesn't look good. So we got the old gas tank removed, and excuse my shadows, but you can see we've got some rust and also some mouse house. But we're gonna put this new tank in, and if we have to, we're gonna ratchet strap the tank in place. Had to cut these bolts, the studs off the pedestals to get them out. They were just not having it. Pedestal's in surprisingly good shape. We're gonna clean up all the debris we can and put that fresh tank in there. But let's look at the old tank, because you'll never see another one like it. The tank that came out has been repaired on the bottom with galvanized material, and best we can tell when we scraped it, this is leaded to the bottom. So this tank was leaking at some point. Actually, it was still continuing to leak. You can see the brown stains. But at some point in its life, somebody did a galvanized sheet metal lead on tank repair. You guys got to remember, these tanks weren't always available like they are today. Fortunately, today we have a brand new tank to go in it. It's going to make things a lot easier. Towards the end of our wood. Now we're dragging here. The wheels just turn because this one's dragging. Coming at you live from inside the single cab. We are now trying to get it out of the mucky floor. We've got 3 out of the 4 wheels rolling. Kevin's going to bring his truck and hook it up out back and try to drag it out of here. That's our plan right now. I'm in the seat to try to steer it. With that one locked up front hub, it's wanting to steer itself as soon as we try to push it. So we have that bus to get past, but luckily the rear window is clean. I'm going to guide us past it, but it's going to get us on a gravel area in the barn here that's going to give us a little more comfort when it comes to changing the oil and trying to prep the motor for firing off tomorrow. I got the best seat in the house, man. I think I can clear it, man. The truck is out of its hole, but not without some effort. We do have a stuck front hub. The one out of the 4 did not break. We're gonna have to pull this hub off, see what's going on in there, but we are on gravel. That will make this easier to do some of our final touches. But man, what a sight. No longer sitting in the hole. At some point before Bernie passed away, some low-life scum came in and stole the front seat out of his single cab while it was parked here in the barn. They felt like they needed it more than he did, I guess, but this seat was actually, Bernie had put a bay window passenger seat in there to sit in and drive it. I recently traded for this seat, and we thought there'd be no better home for it than sitting here in Bernie's single cab. We've got some thin padding and a blanket we're going to put over the springs on the bottom. And the back's been upholstered, but we've got a seat back in the truck, so feels good. Carburetor reassembled after getting cleaned last night. I bet that'll do better than it did in its previous condition. Oil getting changed. Nasty stuff came out. Whew. Got the fourth wheel spinning. It was just some brake shoes stuck. They were tightly adjusted and it sat here for a while. So that has been rectified. We're trying to figure out what all we can do tonight before we call it a day. Zane doesn't want us to do any of the major steps without him being here to be a part of it, which is completely understandable. It's his dad's truck. But we're going to do a bunch of little stuff that would just take up time tomorrow. Try to get as much little stuff done as we can as possible so that we can have an early start tomorrow, fire the truck off. Some vacuuming clean out here in the cab. Look at the original paint and look at that factory seam sealer around the heat cable tubes. It's pretty wild. This thing is definitely rusty back here. Man, I'm sorry, headlamp is giving me awful lighting. It's definitely rusty down here at the bottom of the bulkhead. They tend to get that way. But the original paint in this cab is unbelievable. But I love this original paint here inside this toolbox. Neat old truck for sure. We'll keep cleaning it up. Front seat is officially upholstered.
The pedal definitely went like halfway, or yeah. It's building the pressure again now.
Can you pump it up?
Yeah, it built pressure.
Okay.
It kind of came up. It didn't go to the floor. It went about halfway down, and now it's feeling a little better. You seeing some signs of leak somewhere, Kevin?
I need this.
We also have our gas tank
The passenger
installed.
rear, but I think it's
Brand new gas tank.
it could be brake fluid.
Looking great.
I've got it pressurized. You see any leaking?
No, I mean it's not leaked this whole time.
We've come a long way. It's been quite a day. It's about to be time to call it a day. Everybody's getting worn out. Like I said, Zane's not here, so we're going to save the exciting part of first startup, potential startup, and everything for when he's here tomorrow morning. So we'll wrap up these few little things and then head back to my place for the night. We'll see you all in the morning.
Oh, the pedal was feeling okay and relatively consistent, but Adam was saying whenever we were done earlier, it was all the way to the top, right?
It was just about an inch drop before it went to the top.
Okay, I might have lost a little bit of that. Maybe you should check it yourself and see.
Well, we could do a second bleed because some of the rear ones, we barely had any pedal when we were bleeding them, but it was a dry system, so it might not hurt to do a second bleed. It's always something we could do tomorrow. I think we're all reaching the end here. I want to see this windshield change.
Oh, I'll get to that.
We didn't need any more brake fluid as well.
And this ain't exactly cleaning the glass.
It's just taking the layers of dirt off the glass. That's ooh. Wow. My goodness. That's barn dust. That's real, legitimate, sell it on eBay barn dust.
Oh, shit.
Barn find.
$100 a pound. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that Budweiser can
It's stuck in there.
wedged in the bumper.
It's been stuck in there.
It's
for
probably
like
been in there quite a while.
40 years. It's an old pull tab. That's an old style.
That is a really old, like Jimmy Buffett. Blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop top. Got some barn drip here that took out some of our dust.
Oh, well,
Man.
I'd be taking this to the car wash and hosing this sucker down. tires?
Oh yeah, with the trailer tires.
What do you think about these? Think these will pass muster?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't do inspections in Oklahoma anymore.
That's right. There are in the shop that we're locked out of right now.
All right, good morning.
love these lights.
We are headed back for another day of single cab revival. Got a lot accomplished yesterday, got some sleep and rest accomplished last night. Let me think. We're kind of narrowing down mentally our list of what we need to do today, and a lot of it is getting the fuel system hooked up where we can try to start that motor. We got a lot accomplished last night. The last little jobs we had of getting our seat upholstered, fuel tank in, oil change, transmission top off. Our list is getting shorter, and that feels good. I am personally very optimistic that this bus is going to run and drive today. We've got some other friends meeting us out here today. Some people that also knew Bernie and are just coming along for the spectacle of it all, just to see what we're doing. But I'm sure they'll be willing to pitch in too if needed. We got some fresh gasoline back here. Just stopped at the station to get that. Grabbed a fuel pump off a motor I had because no one in town had a mechanical fuel pump for a Volkswagen available. So I robbed one that I knew was good. A couple other little tidbits that were in my shop that are going to contribute to the betterment of Bernie's single cab, so that Zane and Deb will be able to trust it to start up and run when they need it to. Anyway, once again, we're going to take you along for all the excitement today. We're going to get Zane in there, and he's going to be putting in some work today. He wants to, and we want him to. We want him to learn how to do this stuff. He has a desire to take this truck with him back home at some point. We want him to be able to at least maintain it. So we're gonna show him around. Hopefully I'll get to do some more filming today as a result of that. Doing these builds, if you've done them, if you participate in anything like this, you know it's really easy to take over and start doing all the work because you know what you're doing when you're helping someone that doesn't. But it's important to teach them how to do it also, so that they can continue the legacy. And like I said last night to Deb, I hope years from now, if my kids need help getting one of my old Volkswagens on the road, that there's friends of mine that are still around that be willing to come say, hey, I knew your dad, and I'm going to help you get this on the road. So that's what this is all about. That's why we're here this weekend. So like I said, we're getting ready to get on the highway to head that way, and we'll see you when we get there. Choo choo. Your daily reminder to slow down and live life. Sit while the train crosses the road. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the screen first.
Okay.
And why don't you work that up in there all careful like by itself. Make sure it doesn't bind on the hole. If it does, don't try to push it up in there.
It's going in perfectly.
That's a nice
Is it gonna
sock.
hold itself up in there for the moment?
It is.
All right, double check me and make sure that gasket's in there.
Yeah.
Okay, that paper gasket. All right, put her on up in there.
Which direction is best for this thing?
Aim it towards the other metal pipe that we're going to
Okay,
go
ahead and get
to.
the threading. Go ahead.
Yeah,
and
you can go ahead and
that
get it started.
tab.
We'll orient it. And,
Yeah, we'll orient it when it starts actually getting tight. Oh, I didn't check the size of that fastener.
I
think the cap I have here probably matches it.
Taylor knows what size it is. I remember he got a special. Well, that was on a fuel tap reserve though. That you had that special shorty wrench. 22. I knew he'd know.
It's still in my toolbox.
And does this need to be like really tight?
Yeah, you'll want it really snug because you'll have a fuel leak otherwise. And it's definitely in an awkward spot, especially with a long wrench like that.
Yeah.
As soon as we put fuel in the tank, we'll know if it's going to leak or not.
Right.
And if it leaks, we'll tighten it.
Run your finger around the front of the front bolt.
The front.
Yeah, just where we see?
Oh
Yeah, around that. Alright, cool. Put this on there. And then somewhere around here.
Any hardware I took off is sitting right over there on the passenger side battery tray area.
Alright, cool. Ready to go, looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty fresh grease in there from when I had that motor on the road.
Go ahead and slide that on there.
We need to change the pump rod.
Oh, do we need the,
Yep.
where is it?
It's laying in that hubcap also.
Gotcha.
This will be an interesting lesson here for Zane. Is that's an alternator pump the way it's cammed sideways.
Yeah.
So when you pull that rod, before you put it on, hold on.
He's right. We're gonna
That
check this
rod
out.
that's in there,
Take it out.
Yep, pull
Yep.
it up.
and compare it to the one Greg has, and you'll notice a length difference.
I see.
So
We're using a different style.
because it's an alternator pump, that's what I had. You got to use an alternator pump rod.
Does this need oil on it or
No,
anything?
it'll get it. So go ahead and drop that in there. I'll take that off your hands. There we go.
See how much shorter it is?
Yeah, but look, see, it has to be shorter because look where the thing is.
Yeah.
Other style pumps,
If you look at your other pump right
it's way
there,
down in there.
yeah, flip that other pump over and you'll see that lever's way up in
See,
there.
that's why you have to have the shorter rod.
Okay.
See, because
And this is all that needs to move.
No, it actually moves further than that.
it does, but you're not going to be able to push
Yeah,
it.
Okay.
it's
But
heavy
that's
spring
that's what
tension.
the push rod. There's a cam. There's a lobe on the cam that drives that.
Okay. Ready to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, those pumps are no longer available, by the way.
Which one? The hardware. This is the hardware.
Yeah, there should be a nut and a washer, a wavy washer, a
yeah,
thin
we need-
wavy washer, and a nut to
Yep.
go on each stud.
2 thin washers, 2 nuts. There's one.
That's it,
There's one
yep.
combo, so do one. Go ahead and get that started. Yeah, like I say, Adam. Mine admittedly are from like a bag full of old postcards.
Hold. Floor. I'm on the floor. All right, finishing touches going down. Coil and air cleaner bracket going back on. Zane and Greg worked together to get the carburetor and fuel system on the engine compartment side put back together. We got a new ground strap to put on the battery. And if you've never seen one of these before, this is NOS Volkswagen battery hold down strap.
Yeah,
We need to install that so that battery doesn't go wonky.
it's in the toolkit.
Kevin and I just rebled the brakes again, and we've got a very firm pedal. Again, we didn't replace anything on this brake system. There's a good chance that Bernie did replace some of it at some point. It looked kind of fresh, but after stuff sits, it doesn't work. And this stuff worked. So we were optimistic. Obviously, after it gets driven, we're going to need to adjust the shoes again to get the rust off the drums and get our gap set right. But we are getting really close to the moment of truth. Keep our fingers crossed.
I'm pretty good at that.
Stripping out the carburetor after a full rebuild.
That shit was already stripped.
This guy.
Hey,
So basically,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it sits in there and it has to, and it like wets the whole bottom of this filter before
Okay.
all this stuff goes through.
How often
So
does that need to be
basically-
changed? Like when you can.
Yeah, I mean, just check it when you do an oil change,
Okay.
basically. It usually lasts a while. It depends on what kind. I mean, if you drive a bunch of dirt roads, it gets dirty like any other.
Right.
They work really well, basically.
we're out of this thing. So,
Zane is the perfect helper.
Yeah. I'll swing around on this side.
and we're just gonna bring it out a little bit.
Yeah.
We also got that fuel filter in line. Anybody got a match?
Sounds like a bad idea.
The homemade funnel worked out. Okay, go ahead and give it a crank. Let's see if we get oil pressure. Crank it, let's see what happens. Oh! Come on. Okay, jump pack is on. Go ahead and crank. It went off? Good, good. We have oil pressure.
Chuck's closed though too. That's okay.
Back on now, but it went off for a second.
Yeah. It's cranking faster now. That's good. Kevin, let us know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Go ahead and crank again. Okay, stop.
We do have gas coming out, gas smell coming from the exhaust, so we got fuel problem.
I think it's probably time to at least check inside the distributor and make sure everything looks good, make sure these look good.
Okay, we'll attempt it again after checking the distributor. Greg, are you ready? I'm ready. All right, Zane, go ahead. It's running.
Hit the pedal out. Hit the accelerator. See if you can rev it. All right. Woo-hoo! It's alive.
It's always the point.
It's always the points. What's the point? Oh, man.
Who's going to drive it out of here?
We'll have to do some fancy maneuvering to get it out of here.
Yeah. Good job, guys. Thank you so much. Damn.
It sounds good too, man. It sounds good. You see that? I told you we didn't need that breather hose. There's a little bit of oil coming out the breather. It seems pretty smooth though. There it goes. Something loose in that drum.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Kevin's first drive. Cleaning off all the plywood we're glad he brought that kept us off the mud in the barn floor. Get that washed off before we load it back up. Putting the old truck to work. Looks good.
Reverse is all the way to the right and down, right? Yeah.
All the way to the left and down. Make sure the park brake's not on, Greg.
Casey's never seen anything like this in her life until now, right? Until Zane.
There we go, buddy. He's got to reverse it.
I know. He's probably just taking her for a spin. We got those brakes working good now.
Did you say he was a very good driver? Well, he ain't around to hear that one.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Good. Perfect.
Yeah, where does the wheel, how does the wheel need to be cut?
Well, that's a wrap on that bus. I'll call it a success again. Man, it was really good to get together with some friends and for a good cause, you know. We all had a lot of fun too. I'm not going to deny that. We got a short list made up. Some things the bus still needs to really make it a reliable, casual driver for them. And I'm going to stay in touch and figure out what Zane ultimately wants to do with it. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks for sticking around till the end. Thanks for coming back. Thanks to the new subscribers. And thanks for all the likes and comments. Keep that up. Keeps me motivated. It's good encouragement. Anyway, again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I really appreciate you being here. I'm going to pay attention to this road, so until next time.